Hello, everybody. If you're here, give me a wave. Say hello. Tell me your favorite color. Welcome to the Sustainable Change Weight Loss Clinic. I'm here every Monday at 7. My name is Alex, the sport dietitian myself, and a team of psychologists, dietitians, personal trainers, physios, mindset specialists are here every week, and we specialize in sustainable weight loss. Welcome to the family. And what a week. So many announcements today. First announcement is, as of today, to celebrate our Tough Mudder event just gone last Saturday, we're actually giving away a completely free 4-hour-long sustainable weight loss course. Brand new out the box. If you want it, drop us a message and explain to us why we should pick you, or why you need it, why you would benefit from it, why losing weight is important to you. Bernie Ray, Jane Brooks, Judith Curry, Gwen, how's things? Hope we're well. Give me a wave if you're here. Say hello. Lots of updates. Those of you who just joined us again, we're giving away, we're celebrating by the launch of a brand new sustainable weight loss course. If you would like it, click the link in the description or message me and say, pick me. I want to lose weight because of X, Y, and Z, or I need to lose weight because of X, Y, and Z. And if we feel it's a good fit, we'll ping it over to you. Again, it's completely free. And it's 4 hours of learning. Dawn Wilson, Debbie McQueen, Francis Muscott, hello. Val Brister, Lee Howell. Hope we're having a glorious day. Today, guys, we're talking about how to stop procrastination. How to stop procrastination. So those of you who are not aware, every single year, at least once, we do a big charity event. So I'm going to open tonight with just a huge vow of gratitude to everybody. To date, TSD has raised £122,000 for charity, with over 20k being raised in the last 8 months for stroke.org. And the people below, like Val Brister, Hayley King, Judith Curry, all of the tough mudders, you're the individuals who put your bodies on the line. Samantha Pooley, another one. Christine Diamond. Anyone who's done Tough Mudder last Saturday, comment, I did Tough Mudder and I'm still here. I did Tough Mudder and I learned ... Comment below if you were at Tough Mudder on Saturday. Comment below if you completed the course. Helen Desmond certainly did. Deborah Hunt. And if any of tonight's clinic is helpful, please do share it. It would mean the world. Sally Johill ran at Everest a vertical half pipe at full sprint to try and get up onto the wall. And she didn't get there 3 times. And she ran it for a 4th time. I remember saying to you, Sally, this time you're doing it. You're getting up here. And of course, what happened? She did it. I have never had anybody run at Everest 4 times before. You just never gave in. Incredibly proud of you. Incredibly proud of you. Well done, Judith. What else did we do at Tough Mudder? Caroline Crouch survived Arctic Enema. Helen MacArthur still here as well. Samantha Kelly did Mudderhorn. Mudderhorn is a massive cargo net that goes way up into the sky. I think it's like 150 feet. So many of you stepped through fear. Sue Cooper, another example. Helen Desmond. Pam Finch. In spite of your knees, Pam, you just kept powering through. An absolute warrior and a soldier. Huge thank you and gratitude, guys. And if you haven't donated yet, if you could donate something, that'd be a massive help. I'm going to post the link right now to donate. Carrie Glasspool, Jan Roch. So many of you. Okay. And I've got a huge big announcement regarding the next Tough Mudder event, guys. So don't go anywhere just yet. And again, guys, today we're talking about procrastination. I'm giving everyone a few minutes to find the link before we dive into it. If you haven't donated yet and could donate a little bit, here is the link. Here is the link to sign up, or not to sign up, to donate. So far, we've almost 21 grand. Almost 21 grand for stroke. That is absolutely huge. That's £800 in the last 2 hours. Wow. Unbelievable. I also want to give a massive shout out to Michael. Michael, who is Judy Dawn's son, who just literally came with no notice, 18 years of age, and was a warrior in helping everyone over. Anita Farmer, big shout out to you. She climbed Stairway to Heaven and refused to give in. Her body gave in before she did, which I love, by the way. Stephanie Lilly, massive welcome to Stephanie, who's just joined the Sustainable Change Program. Let's give her a massive, massive, massive tip of the hat. Jane Boyd, lifting everybody up as usual. You are fantastic. Aidan Slate, and Slate's son, who again just ran through obstacle after obstacle, showed zero fear. Up-and-coming best-selling author, Aidan Slate. 114 of you live. So that's lots of information at once. Now, I'm going to make an announcement. All of you people watching, I have a challenge for you right now. Literally right now, in the next 2 minutes, before I open the floor on procrastination. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plant a seed. Plant a seed about Tough Mudder. I'm going to share something about Tough Mudder in a few minutes, and I want you to not procrastinate. I want you to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bite the bullet and commit to something. Everyone, I hope you're ready. Those of you who know me know that I love a challenge. I love pushing you guys out of your comfort zone. So the magic happens. Nothing magical happens inside your comfort zone. And if you don't have a degree of fear, you're thinking too small. So procrastination, guys. Procrastination. Why do we procrastinate? Hands up here who's ever procrastinated before. And Jane Boyd, you should be. Why do we procrastinate? Why do we procrastinate? Any ideas? Jennifer Johnson, good to see you. Why do we procrastinate? Why does it happen? Why do we procrastinate? Why does it happen? Any ideas? Avoidance, fear of failure, absolutely. Fear of failure is a massive reason as to why people procrastinate. Fear of success, wondering what would happen if they succeed. Teresa Harvey also smashed Tough Mudder. Great to see you, Teresa, on Saturday, so it was. Fear, we put things off. We allow fear to take over. Because so many of us view fear the wrong way. We see it as a bad thing. Fear is a weapon. Fear is a tool. Fear is a tool. Philippa Petter, how are you? Good to see you again. Welcome to Elite Physique Platinum. Lorraine Duggan, Kathy Pierce, both of you were missed on Saturday. Next one, hopefully. Rhonda Rice, smashed Tough Mudder as well. I'll let you know in a minute. Love it. Anxiety as well. We procrastinate because of anxiety, because we're nervous, fear of failure, not coming first, not believing in ourselves, self-doubt. All reasons why we are procrastinators. Overwhelm, low motivation. Hands up. Comment resonates if any of this resonates. I'm going to give you so many tools tonight to stop procrastination. So many tools. And remember, if you are struggling with your weight, do message me the word pick me, or the words pick me. Let us know how much weight you have to lose and why it's important to you. We have a brand new sustainable weight loss course that we've literally just built. And if it's a good fit, we'll fire it over to you. Don't message us if you've got less than a stone to lose, because to be honest, it won't really be a help. It's developed for people who specifically have at least 1 to 1.5 stone to lose. If you've only got a couple of pounds to lose, to be honest with you, I don't think it's a good fit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out again, Emma. Okay. Why else do we procrastinate? Are you an overdoer? Are you an overdoer? I've had this conversation with you before, Sheena, about a year ago, being an overdoer. Someone who likes to get things done, gets energy from getting things done, an overdoer. But what happens when you're an overdoer is you go for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing that you think of that you need to do without actually setting a correct priorities list. And again, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Okay. Why else do you procrastinate? Perception of it being difficult. Perception of it being difficult. Benny Purdy, being a perfectionist, absolutely. Waiting until you're ready to do it properly. This is a huge one, actually. A huge one. So by now, like I've been doing this for over 20 years now, and I've spoken to, on a one-to-one basis, over 8,000 ladies. Over 8,000 ladies. And I can say with confidence, the biggest hurdle people face is procrastination. And it's because of fear of failure. It's because of waiting for the right time. There is not going to be a right time. And to prove that, ask yourself this question. What is more sustainable in terms of your weight loss? Waiting until you have a clear 3 or 4 months with no interruptions, or learning how to lose weight in spite of the summer holidays, in spite of a beach holiday, in spite of birthdays and Christmas? Because here's the thing. You're going to have that next year and the year after that. And if you're not equipped with how to lose weight when the SH1T hits the fan, then you're not succeeding sustainably. You're succeeding temporarily, but not sustainably. And if you can't do something long-term, don't start it. Because it's not about what we achieve temporarily, it's about what we can sustain. And I want everyone to write down sustainable weight loss. And I'd like you to comment, if you're working with us for a while, how much weight you've lost and how much weight you've sustained. So I have sustained insert amount of weight loss. So for example, Rhonda Rice, I know I'm going to be hearing from you in a second. I've sustained 4 stone weight loss, Rhonda Rice. Pam Finch, you're about 3. I've sustained 3 stone weight loss. Deborah Hunt, I'm not going to share your number, but you know what it is. Darren Nightingale, I have sustained an insert number of weight loss, please, in the comments, guys. Challenge, mini challenge. Comment, I have sustained 18 kg weight loss, Helen Desmond. Jane Boyd, sustained 2.5 stone weight loss. Wow. Gaynor Whitehouse, 2 stone to date. Sustained 23 kg weight loss, Rebecca Upson. 2 stone, lost 5 kg in 3 weeks. Sustained 1.5 stone, Gemma Lipson. How long has that been? Anyone sustained weight over a year? Or 2 years? Or 3 years? Comment below. I've sustained 17 kg weight loss. Sustained 12 kg weight loss. If any of you doubt this is possible, look in the comments right now. Look what's being done. Cheryl Pierce is at least 3, if not 4 years, 2 stone down. Sheena, 2 stone 4, sustained it. Val Brister, 28k, 4.5 stone. Wow. Maria Pombo, 40 kg weight loss and sustained. These are life-changing human beings, but they're also ordinary humans as well. All of this is doable. You just need to bite the bullet, not procrastinate anymore, and recognize that, like you, these ladies also had fear. Also had fear. So message me why we should pick you, and we'll fire you over that new course that we've literally just launched. I know it'll be a massive help. Some of the most important trainings we've done on sustainable weight loss are in that course. Okay. Another reason why we don't start, or why we procrastinate, is we wait till we don't feel motivated. But here's the irony. Having a nutrition program that's built around you and minimizes nutritional gaps and gives you energy allows you to be more motivated. So it's actually the course of taking action that increases your energy and your motivation. So if you don't take action, you can't experience the benefit. So waiting until you have more energy, more motivation to start is like not having your first driving lesson until you already know how to drive. You learn that as we go. We teach you that as we go. So how do we reduce procrastination? Loads of ways. By the way, guys, those of you just joined us, But a massive announcement today. So excited. So excited. I want everyone to be ready. If any of this is helpful, hit the share button. That would mean the world to me. Haley Pope couldn't leave home. Wouldn't cycle alone. It's the course of taking action that increases fear. Thank you, Dana. Dana, I know you had a really hard time recently. I've seen your post in your circle. I'm thinking of you. Myself and my wife have also been through what your daughter's been through. We've been through it a couple of times. And thinking of you. Okay, Dana, thinking of you. Thank you, Dana. I am excited, though. I am extra excited. Extra excited because I've made so many decisions in the last 24 hours. And I was saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, decide. And Benny Pardy made a very, very, very important point there. Ironically, while we specialize in sustainable weight loss, that's not what this is. This is self-development, personal growth, leveling up your lifestyle, your confidence, your mobility, your future, your legacy, your quality of life, your options, your freedom, your self-talk. Jeanette, how do you get past fear? Step 1, start. Write down your why. Why is changing this a priority to you? I want to hear the whys right now. Jeanette Khan, we're going to actually use Jeanette as a, not guinea pig, but a sample of what we're going to do to help Jeanette right now take action. Number 1, why is it important to you? Is it to be here for your family? Is it, I had a lady a couple of months ago who wanted to not go blind and get her cataract surgery done, and she could only do it if she lost the weight. Is it to hold on to your limbs if you're diabetic? Is it to not have a stroke? Is it to feel proud when you're shopping for clothes? Is it to get back into your wardrobe? Is it to paint your toenails? Have a bath easily? Travel an airplane without a seatbelt extender? Why is it a priority to you? Feel proud presenting in front of people. Spoke to a wonderful lady called Claire McChrystal today, who is a musician and presents in front of people. Why is it important to take action? Why is it important to take action? Comment below. Look at this. Carrie Glass will help me get a promotion to change my mindset. That's what I'm talking about. Amanda Summerhill also has got a promotion since starting TSD. This is not just about the weight. Reduce the likelihood of the cancer reoccurring. That is massive, Helen. Huge. Lynn Nash, to live, to enjoy retirement. Keep coming with the whys. Why is it important to you? Jeanette, I want you to comment as well. I want to see what you're thinking. Why is it a priority to you? Okay, next. Now we're going to chunk it down. Comment, chunk it down. Comment, chunk it down. Yes, Sue Cooper, because I matter. Nothing changes, nothing changes. Heidi, I'm laughing because I'm thinking of your post in the inner circle where you said write down phrases Alex says regularly. I feel like a broken record. Take away my catchphrases, I have nothing to say. Why is it important? Sarah Fletcher, drop us a message in Messenger, Sarah, in case that gets lost in the comments. If anyone does want to be picked for our free weight loss course, please message us in Messenger directly. I actually am going to also check my message request folder in case it ends up there and my spam folder. Message us in Messenger directly, or if you click on the link in the description, tell us why we should pick you, just in case we miss your comment in the comments, because there's so many coming through. So chunking it down, let's look at this now. Chunking it down. So say you want to lose 2 stone. 2 stone, 1.5 stone. You don't know where to start. You're overwhelmed. You're confused with all the conflicting information. Don't do this, you must do this. Have this food, never have this food. Never skip this exercise, never do this exercise. It's no wonder we're confused in a world of conflicting information. And what I find is that you've got lots of people peddling information and magic bullets, but 9 times out of 10, they're not actually qualified to give that information. Okay, you can do a PT qualification in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Be careful where you get the information from. So chunk it down. First of all, number 1, the first step in losing weight. Why is it important to me? Now, I want you to put your why somewhere you can read them every single day. The fridge is a great place to start. Excellent. What's the next step to chunk down the weight loss? Right. How can I make it easier? How can I improve my environment? Let's look at work. Let's look at my car. Let's look at my commute to work, the train station. What's in the fridge? What's in the cupboards? How can I remove high-calorie foods that are going to be able to, that are going to make it more difficult for me? How can I remove them? How can I replace them with a more healthful food? How can I make it easier? Removing friction, driving away home when you don't pass the bakery or the off license for the bottle of wine. How can you make it easier? Next, how can I incorporate physical activity into my regular day? Okay, I'm going to park the car as far away as possible. I'm not saying park it on a motorway or anything like that, but park it away from your work as far as possible. What phone calls can I take on the move when I'm walking and doing my steps? What phone calls can I take on the move? Things that you do regularly, like calling your mum or your dad, who perhaps are in a home, or perhaps you like to speak to regularly to look after them, or your son or your daughter or your grandkids. How can I make that call activity? How can I habit stack? Do some movement while making that phone call. These are a great way of chunking down the act of losing weight. What are my favorite foods that include vegetables? What are my favorite meals that include vegetables? What are my favorite vegetables? Favorite fruits? How can I have my favorite fruits for my breakfast in a way I enjoy? By the way, a protein powder, vanilla flavor is a brilliant way of being able to sweeten things if you've got a sweet tooth like me. How can I have my like today? I have a green Thai curry downstairs. I've had it twice already. Love it. I just feel so in control if I'm prepared. If I'm prepared. So Dana, loads of ways there of increasing activity. Taking the stairs, up the lift. That's chunking it down. If I'm struggling with communication and I feel like I'm bothering my coach, or I feel like I'm failing and I don't want to let him and her down, him or her down, how can I chunk down that communication? Okay, so every Tuesday, I'm going to drop a 3-sentence message to my coach. Every Friday, I'm going to commit to the progress report. Twice a week, communication, no matter what happens, no matter where I am in the world, that's chunking down the communication. Prepping for exercise, having a new pair of runners, having your gym, sleeping in your gym kit so you don't have to do anything in the morning, get up and you exercise immediately. Training at home, minimizing commutes. Training on the days where you've got less on, when it's easier. All this is chunking it down. Any of this helpful, guys? Any of this helpful at all? And back to fear of failure for a moment. Fear of failure, to give you some tough love and be really straight with you guys, if you allow fear of failure to stop you from starting, you fail by default. The only reason you're allowing fear of failure to stop you from starting is twofold. One, you haven't been taught yet how to chunk it down, or you haven't looked at your why. Haven't been taught yet how to chunk it down, or you haven't looked closely at your why. Or 3, you've forgotten that if you don't try, you fail anyway. Comment that below. If you don't try, you fail by default. If you don't try, you fail by default. Any of this helpful? Okay. Now I'm going to go back to perfectionism. One of you lovely ladies mentioned this, the reason as to why we procrastinate. Thank you, Jackie. You're lovely. Great stuff, Lorraine. Good to see you. If you don't try, you fail by default. Another thing as well is we fall into black and white mentality or perfectionism, which is when we feel if I don't get everything right, or I don't tick all the boxes of the vegetables and the steps and the water and the sleep and the communication with the coach, then I'm failing. Excuse my French, but shit happens and life happens. Something happens. Something is going to throw you off kilter. There are things that have happened over the last 2 months that you have not accounted for. And here's the kicker. There's going to be more things that are going to happen in the next 2 months that you will not have accounted for either. Life happens, and it will continue to happen. The difference between the good and the great is the people who are able to take stock, be kind to themselves. Jane Boyd, I'm talking to you now. You're so hard on yourself. I was speaking to you about this on Saturday night. You can turn that around measure backwards, measure all the incredible things they've accomplished, and readjust. Readjust. You're a ship, you're going through the ocean, you see an iceberg, you planned on going directly straight, you don't just keep going anyway, you redirect, you course correct. You course correct. On a macro scale, I remember getting a lecture at my first degree in sport and exercise science in Aberystwyth in Wales. I had a lecturer say, this is going to be something you didn't expect to hear from me, but if you fail your first year in uni, it's not really going to matter. Thankfully, I never failed any years in university. However, it was a fear. And he said, when you fail or if you fail, you'll just do it again. And then you just spend an extra year in university. You'll get a job, end up with a similar grade or better. You'll have a career, you'll build a family. But when you're 30 or 40 years of age, you're not going to look back and beat yourself all up about failing a year in university. It's not going to impact you on the macro scale. It's not. It's not. It's really not. Those of you will have had injuries, will get through these injuries. Those of you who have had tragedies and losses in the family, you will never get over them. I don't believe anyone gets over a loss or a tragedy, but you will learn how to better cope with them. And if anyone is struggling, please reach out. We have a specialist in emotional trauma, Catherine. She's amazing. We have a big team. Use the team. Lean on us. And now Tristan, our fully qualified physiotherapist. And another announcement. Drum roll. Told Deborah Hunt this. We're bringing in Rosie, another physio who specializes in helping people strengthen their pelvic floor. For all those ladies out there who have struggled pre-menopause, post-menopause, of their pelvic floor strength, watch this space. All Elite Physique Platinum members will have access to Rosie, our new pelvic floor physio. Hope that's helpful. So give me some takeaways. Thanks, Jane. Give me some takeaways right now. Based on what I've said, give me a couple of things that you're going to start to implement. When you feel like procrastinating, what are you going to start to implement? Tracy Taylor, excellent news. Delighted. Delighted, Jan. Delighted to hear more announcements. And I've got more announcements than that. We're only getting started, guys. Anita Farnworth. Anita is an absolute machine. Myself and Anita were going up an obstacle on Saturday. And I don't like comparison. I never compare people, like people who succeed, people who don't. But I have a real soft spot for someone who is actually terrified, but does it anyway. I just find it more impressive. And that's no disregards to the people who did it without thinking about it. I just find it so impressive when someone is really terrified, but does it anyway. Anita Farnworth is a perfect example of that. She literally was climbing a movable dynamic cargo net, that the more she was on it, the harder it got. And she got to the top, refused to give in, and her body gave way before her mind did. That is such inner strength. Anita, we've got unfinished business on that same obstacle, and me and you next time are going to hit it hard. Tracy Webster, you machine. Lovely seeing you again on Saturday. Okay. Janice as well, you're brilliant. Plan my chunks. Lots of this weekend, so many absolute stars. Feel the Fear, do it anyway. It's a good book, great. Anita was fabulous. Commit to my workout. Keep coming with the takeaways, guys. So, life gets in the way. What do? Do we come to a halt or do we readjust? Comment below. When life gets in the way, we readjust. When life gets in the way, we readjust. When life gets in the way, we readjust. Here's an example. You've got lots of things on your to-do list. Why do the 4 Ds? Comment this below. Do it. Viola, lovely to see you again. You were amazing last weekend, by the way, last Monday. Readjust. Do it, delete it, delegate it, delay it. Do it, delete it, delegate it, delay it. Do it, delete it, delegate it, delay it. I want everyone to write that down. Do it, delete it, delegate it, delay it. If something unexpected happens at work and you had something that you told yourself you were going to do, as Heidi would say, pivot. Make sure we readjust. What can we delay? If you like, it's okay to not get everything done that you told yourself you would get done in a day if something unexpected happens. Problems are not the problem. The problem is expecting to not have problems. Comment that below. Problems are not the problem. The problem is expecting to not have problems. Problems are not the problem. The problem is not expecting problems. Problems are not the problem. The problem is not expecting problems. Okay, and by the way, if you're able to delete something that is a recurring event, that means you're giving yourself back more time on a weekly or daily basis. That's massive. That is absolutely massive in terms of the amount of time you get back. If you're able to delete a weekly meetup or a weekly something that you do that you know deep down isn't adding to your life, get rid of it. If it's not a hell yeah, it's a no. Comment that below. If it's not a hell yeah, it's a no. And guys, the objective of these lives is not to give you like a boost in motivation. It's to give you tools to stop procrastination, stop putting off having a better life. Because there's so many reasons why procrastination is dangerous. When you put yourself last and say something else like a holiday or, I don't know, house renovation is more important than you, you're ultimately saying you're less important. That damages your self-worth. That makes you less likely to actually prioritize yourself again in the future. There is an emotional damage to procrastination. Delay it, Judith, would be something that you told yourself you do, like a task or a chore isn't adding to your life, like you're doing the washing, cleaning the kitchen. Never put the housework before you. No housework anywhere is more important than you. No housework anywhere is more important than you. And if any of this is helpful, please do comment and hit the share button. Leslie Hamilton, thank you so much for the lovely share. Jane Barrett, you rock star. You changed my life as well. Literally, Jane. People like you is why I do what I do. Haley King, you star. High energy, enthusiasm, as I told you in person on Saturday. Rhonda Rice, literally hopped out of an airplane before Christmas. Nanette, how many stone have you lost, Nanette? I'm going to ask you again. Sati Johil, the queen of do not quit. Literally the queen of do not quit. So these are reasons as to why it's important to not procrastinate. Because your self-worth goes down and it gets harder when you put something in terms of weight loss. I'm sure you've noticed what's worked in the past now stops working or no longer works. Absolutely, Rebecca, blame me. Haha. So for that reason, when you procrastinate or continue to do so, you're actually making it harder because it becomes a bigger mountain to climb, not just psychologically with the perception of effort required to change it, but physiologically as well, it's harder. It's harder. How else do we stop procrastination? Comment this below. Where am I well on my way? Where am I winning? Where am I well on my way? Where am I winning? Where do I need to change things? Where am I well aware? Where am I well on my way? Where am I winning? Where do I need to change things? Little quiz for you guys. Posting the questions below. Where am I well on my way? Where am I winning? Where do I need to change things? I want to see at least 3 words in the answer. Where am I well on my way? Where am I winning? Where do I need to change things? Just so you understand the reasoning behind this exercise is you don't become confident by doing what you know. You become confident by measuring backwards and looking at your successes. Haley King, planning preparations help me stop procrastinating. If I plan it, write it down, then I do it. Me personally, using my diary. I live by my diary. It's in my diary, it gets done. If it's not, it doesn't get done. Thanks, Anita. No stress. So give me an example. So Caroline Sherry's getting better at water. For me, mindset, Clarissa. Well done. Putting myself first. Christine Copestake, you were missed on Saturday. Next time. Food choices, where I'm winning. Time management needs work. Excellent. So Carla, I'm going to fire in a time management training into the comments here, guys. A little link being pinged through. Anyone require more skills with some time management, click on the link I've just shared. The Zoom link there, that'll be a huge help. Believing in my self-worth. Being prepared. Preparation is an absolute machine in terms of stopping procrastination. It reduces the amount of decisions that you have to make. No worries, Jennifer. Keep trying if you can. Alison Parsons, great to see you here. Okay. Oh my God, almost 900 comments, guys. Never had so many people commenting on a live. This is incredible. Right. This week's challenge. And I'm challenging all of you. And I'm speaking to each and every one of you. I have lots to announce. We have a wonderful lady coming on in a few minutes. Quick summary of the announcements. One, I got to meet literally 170 unbelievable individuals on Saturday at Tough Mudder who stepped way out of their comfort zone. And I even got the pleasure of having a drink with them afterwards. And Jane Boyd, thank you for the cider. Greatly appreciated. Further to that, we have a new pelvic floor physio. Her name is Rosie. She's amazing. She's going to change the game. She's starting in 2 weeks. The reason why we want to keep getting bigger is because it means we're able to bring in more professionals to provide a better service. Every single week, we look at ways on how we can do this. Our mission is to help 1 million people live longer and healthier and happier lives. And our new mission is also to raise £1 million for charity, which is my next announcement. The next charity that we'll be raising funds for our next Tough Mudder event. Drum roll below, please. Can I get a drum roll? Charity announcement. Charity announcement. Thanks, Haley. Riley Cairns got a new job. Well done. I love that. I love hearing people get new jobs. If you be more confident and you have more energy and you feel better in yourself and you stop procrastination, then of course you're going to get promoted. Of course you're going to have the courage to ask for it. Of course you're going to quit your job and get a better one. Excellent. Okay. So the charity that we're raising money for this year, or the cause, is to stop animal cruelty, or at the very least reduce animal cruelty in Asia. So some of you may or may not be aware, but very sadly there are parts of Asia where they actually torture dogs because apparently it softens the meat. I've only learned this recently, and I said to myself, this is something, I'm a dog owner. If you're a dog owner, maybe you are, maybe you're not, maybe you love animals, maybe you don't. But I love animals, and I cannot, for the life of me, understand how anyone could do that. Anyone could do that to animals. So we're actually going to raise enough funds to rescue dogs from China, other countries in Asia where they actually eat the animals and disgustingly, I can't believe I'm saying this, like, actually torture them because they say that it improves the meat. Like, there are parts of China that are completely against this, which is amazing. So we're going to partner with them. We're going to have a price per dog. We're going to have a target for you to be able to see how much money we have to raise to be able to rescue a dog. Then on the back of that, I'm going to have each of you have a target for your next Tough Mudder event or your next charity event with us. And you're going to know when you raise that amount, and you will have rescued an animal from an horrendous reality. Brought them back to the UK, and this is such an amazing cause. And because of the family and the size of the TSD tribe, we're actually able to do that. We're actually able to make a big, big difference like that. So I'm really excited about that. Really excited. But then in the last 24 hours, I've been hit with a bit of a crossroads about like what to do with Tough Mudder. As in, when is Tough Mudder? When do we do it? Where do we do it? And we had it in the pipework to be this September. But then I realized if we have Tough Mudder this September, two things aren't going to happen. One, people who've done Tough Mudder last Saturday aren't going to have enough opportunity to be able to become fitter and stronger to deal with the unfinished business or obstacles they never tried on Saturday or never completed. I want people to have a gap to be able to be better. Space. Second, if we have it this September, we haven't got enough time to raise money. And I don't think it's fair me asking you guys to go out there and ask you to raise money for another charity when you've only just finished asking in terms of raising money for stroke. So it's not fair on me asking you to do that either. That's the second reason we're moving the date. Third reason, I want Tough Mudder to be all-inclusive. I want everyone to be able to come, be part of it every single time. Every single time I go to one of these events, I just think we have to do more of these. We have to make them better. We have to, like, it's unbelievably rewarding to meet you guys in person. I mean, it's so emotional. It is, because I can see how much your lives have been changed from your hard work. And I feel so humbled to be, even to have played a very, very small part of that. Jackie Gaisley has a dog that was rescued from a meat tray. This is amazing. So these are the reasons, Dana and everybody else, why I'm moving the date. Also, we got lots of feedback saying people can't do it as well in September. So I want there to be numbers. I want more people there. I want people to have achieved more. And I spent hours thinking about this yesterday because I don't like going back on my word. If I commit to something, I see it through. But then I was thinking about my why. Why are we doing this? To make all of you feel more powerful, to raise more money for charity, to build a bigger tribe, to beat the Guinness World Record, the biggest ever Tough Mudder team, which you've done before, and we're going to do it again. So I said, how can we involve more people? How can we get 200? 190 people signed up for Tough Mudder, just gone with us. 190. Absolutely incredible amount of people. 190. We had a few dropouts because of injuries or personal problems. So I want us to blow through 200. I want us to have 200 people. And for that reason, drum roll again, please. Drum roll again, please. Drum roll again. The new date of Tough Mudder shall be the 10th of May, 2025 in London West. It's a 5K. It says 11 a.m. start time on the date. We're going to start at 9 a.m. and here's why. Ha! I don't want us to just bend the rules. I want us to rip them apart. So what we're going to do on the day is we're going to have a 5K course. We're going to minimize the distance from moving. That brings me back to Pam Finch, who has severe arthritic knees, and lots of other people who've got health problems as well, who want to do it but can't do the distance or are struggling with it. And Pam battled through it. So I was thinking of you yesterday as well. This means it's a 5K course, but we're going to break the rules and we're going to kidnap the obstacles from the 15K course. That means we're going to walk less, but do more of the obstacles. That way, if you do have unfinished business, Deborah Hunt, I'm thinking of you and the Block Ness Monster, it means that we can smash it together. So right now, the one thing I'm going to ask all of you to do, and again, breaking the rules, bending the rules, I've been hounding the Tough Mudder organizers all day to no avail, so I've decided I'm going to bend the rules again. Normally what happens is we get a big discount because there's so many of us. right now, because May 10th is so far away, they're doing it at a discount anyway. It's only 65 quid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Tough Mudder extra admin. And I'm going to ask you guys to click on the link below, which is not a Tough Mudder. It's not booked as a TSD event. It's booked regularly through the event. However, once you've registered, once you've paid 65 quid, then we're going to organize a mechanism for you to be able to be moved over to our team. So that way we're not waiting on them to come back to us with like a corporate link or anything like that. Instead, you'll have signed up, you'll have bitten the bullet, you're part of the team, you'll have availed of a discount. I'm posting the link in here. So I'm challenging all of you to sign up tonight before this is over, before 8 p.m. right now while I'm here. Hit the link, please. Comment 10th of May. If you have something in your diary, I'm going to be outrageous. I'm going to ask you, try and move it. Try and move it. Because this is something that I just know is going to be one of those days that you'll never forget. And if you're doubting me here, have a look. Have a look at the photos. Have a look at the photos. Yes, Julie, sign up individually. Use that link. And what we'll do is we'll move all emails over directly to our TSD team. That way we're all going to be there together. 10th of May. See what you can do. If you've got something, try and move it. Excellent, Cheryl. Try your best to move it. We had Sue travel from Namibia for Tough Mudder last Saturday. Book the 11 a.m. for now. Book the 11 a.m. for now, please. And then we'll just turn up at 9 and we'll run with it. We'll break the rules. Click the 11 a.m. Sign up, commit. Sign up for the 11 a.m. one. Yes, please do. Amazing, Alison. Look at this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the time where you don't procrastinate. And Maria Pombo, I'm ready when you are if you want to hop on. This is the time when you don't procrastinate. Viola, amazing. Sign up. Great stuff, Anita. Commit to it. Let's do it. This gives us so much time to raise money for a hell of a cause. Save literally dozens and dozens, if not thousands of dogs. So many dogs. So there's 3 or 4 animal charities, Jan. At the moment, they're all rescue animals from Asia. We're trying to pick the best one. So we're doing our research right now. Thank you, Jenny Hobday. Guys, keep an eye out on the video we're going to share. Do not put this off. Procrastinate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Be part of something really special. And right now, what I'd like to do is welcome on the wonderful Maria Pombo. Those of you will know Maria for lots of reasons. Could be her dancing skills. But I'm going to let this person speak. Maria Pombo, a lady that needs absolutely no introduction. Can we give a huge warm welcome for Maria Pombo, please? Massive welcome. Maria, can you hear me? Hello, Maria. How are you?
I'm just good. Can you can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you, Maria. You wonderful human. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. I just have you as well here in Facebook. So it's a little bit confusing, but I'm gonna put the telephone away, otherwise there's gonna be an echo. Sorry, I was just actually
Maria, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read out some of the comments while you're here. So I'll take the hard work off you. Deborah Hunt says, my dancing partner. Ellen Desmond, my Latino dancing partner. I have a feeling, Maria, that you're a dancing partner to many ladies from Tough Mudder on Saturday.
Oh my goodness, I really love the party. I couldn't finish the course because I fell away halfway through and I had to choose my battles to win the war. So I chose to stop at the Arctic Enema and I went back to the hotel and crashed out for a couple of hours and I was ready to finish the party.
And you did more. To be honest with you, Maria, you started the party. I'm confident that if you weren't there wouldn't have been a party. You literally.
I think Helen started it with her karaoke first.
Oh my God. Tracy, Sheena, Carrie, the best moves, dance moves. Honestly.
It was brilliant. I think Danielle for organizing, the dinner and getting all your team. I credit to your team for helping us on the day and having so many of us jumping and climbing over there, particularly the coaches, or protecting all their parts.
It was an amazing day. Like, it was just such a day. And those of you who just joined us, every year, like I mentioned, we do Talk Mother, a charity event. Maria Pombo is now part of the furniture here in TSD. I think probably people recognize your face more than they recognize mine, Maria, and I'm delighted about that. So let's go right back to the beginning, because there will be some people here who are at different stages of their journey, especially those people perhaps who haven't achieved what you've achieved yet. So at the beginning, if you could let us know about your weight, or your starting point, and also what were the main struggles that you faced because of that?
Yeah, well, starting at the beginning is a good way to start. Just like, well, it wasn't like everybody else. It's COVID. After COVID, I did put a lot of weight on after COVID, and it was for my sister's birthday that we actually went to the Peak District for a walk. In the walk, I really struggled. It was only a 6 mile walk. I used to love hiking when I was younger, but work, life goes on the way you prioritize everything else except your mobility, and weight creeps up, and you're always in denial. And I was in a slimming wall and Weight Watchers on and off, and lose a stone, put two back on, and I was in a vicious circle for well over 30 or 40 years, literally. So after the pandemic and for my sister's birthday on that walk, and I realized that I was trapped in my own body, and it was the most horrible feeling I ever experienced. It was one of those things that getting to the top of the hill and seeing the views that I always enjoy, but being out of breath, out of shape, not being able to, kind of move regularly, and suffering from swollen ankles and swollen feet and lower limbs. It was kind of it was a big realization that something had to change, something had to be done, but I didn't know how. And I started to actually look into, kind of like Dr. Mosley's diets, that diet, and which help in terms of resetting the biome. So I started to learn a little bit more about that. But luckily, you came into my LinkedIn algorithm, and we connected in LinkedIn.
You certainly did. And in terms of your weight, Maria, what was difficult? What did you find difficult because of it? Or where was your
Well, I couldn't shift it. I really couldn't shift it. I mean, obviously, the problem wasn't. I did feel, in fact, my free wise was mobility, better relationship with food, and freedom with food, and a better sleep. Those were my first why when I first joined the program in November 2020, and it was kind of like I would have a treat, like once a week I would have a takeaway. So it wasn't like I was eating out every day, but the portion size, also I was eating too many sweets, but I wasn't moving. I wasn't prioritizing my health. I was sitting down all the time, working long hours, commuting long hours. So it's basically everything, and it doesn't matter. You could actually go on a whole day without eating and still put on weight, believe it or not. I have done it. And it's not healthy either. So the problem was that if I see food, I probably put on weight. So, and sometimes it felt like no, I wasn't eating it the correct combination. Or, but I went through a slimming wall, and they teach you, what kind of a combination of food you should have. And the food, I guess it's like every other program. It's okay, but it's not the food, or like you always say, eat less, move more. It's more than that. It's more about how you live, how you tweak your life, and you have to tweak your life for the rest of your life. So it's nothing that you will do until you lose 2 stone or until you get your healthy weight. It's something that you do for the rest of your life. And
This is
it was a realization I only had, well, maybe 2 years ago. As you know, this November it will be 4 years since I've been in the program. So, but this is the first time I actually lost the weight, learning to live with a new body, a new lifestyle. I changed my lifestyle because the tools that you have enable us through the course to help ourselves.
what have
There
you
is a lot to, yes, there is a lot to learn, but credit to your team. I mean, the masterminds, uh, the team that leads the masterminds, the lectures. I love Caroline, Dr. Caroline, when she goes to her own professional lectures and conferences, and she comes and she shares what she learns with us. And it's that interaction. Olivia, the mastermind that we have once a month on hormones and and kind of it just delves deeper onto the how your body works. Obviously, each body is a universe on its own, and what worked for me might not work for somebody else. And of course, some people have had losses, bigger losses in a short period of time. I have had loss, but in a very long period of time. I still haven't reached my.
you lost? How much weight have you lost?
I started in 133 kilos because that's as far as my scale went at that time. And then my sister, recommended the Renfo scale. So when I joined, I still had my old scale. So I thought, well, it didn't go any further. So it just went as far as it went, 133 kilos. So to me, that was my starting point. And now 93 kilos. So it's 40 kilos.
Oh my.
So as of today, I check as well just to make sure I'm still 40 kilos.
Whoa, I gotta.
That is 6 stones to just 6.5 stone or something like that. No,
6.5 stone. And Maria,
roughly.
if
Yeah.
your scale was maxed out at 133 kg and you started at that point, the chances of your weight being exactly there are quite slim. So you could have been a heavier starting point.
In fact, looking at I was looking at the kind of statistics in terms of the data that we have when we first sign in. And actually, I can show you in my waist, I lost this.
Your waist, 30
Yes.
centimeters.
32 centimeters I lost.
Wow.
So this is the length of in my waist.
Oh my gosh.
And for my legs, I lost this much in each leg.
Each leg.
Yes, this leg.
So how many centimeters have you lost in total?
I didn't do. I only did because we don't have access to the old apps, and I forgot to take all the data from the old app. So, but I think I did have on my own scale when I first joined in the few, for my abdomen, the first report, but I haven't actually calculated properly. So I only did the leg and the waist. So
I think you fully comprehend how incredible these wins are like.
well, the wings, yes, this is what I noticed on Saturday when I seen, how, I mean, we kind of get stuck on that rotten cycle of comparing ourselves to. I'm not longer doing that anymore. I gave that up earlier this year. I learned a lot more this year as well. But just looking at this tough mother and seeing the ladies that I met last year, like Haley Hopes, you kind of her body shape is changed from when I saw her last year. Sheena Bridgman, she's I haven't seen her for over a year, and it's just the composition is changing. Jenny Holday, she lost 7.5 stone, and you could see that body shape, the composition changing. So it's quite nice to see all that. They might not feel that they are not where they want to be yet, but it is there. And I must say, our bodies are so incredibly resilient, and they when you treat it well, the body is just an incredible machine, and it can repair itself so quickly. So thank you for being stronger. Thank you for being healthy. Thank you for being mobile. I love you. I love you. I love you.
I love that, guys. See what Maria's doing? She's giving herself a hug there, thanking herself and giving herself recognition. And I'm very confident a lot of you watching this who've never done that, who've never, ever, ever actually recognized or given yourself the credit you deserve for what you're achieving. And I can see Jenny Hobday here. Thanks, Maria. So kind. Jane Brooks, Tough Mudder booked. Need to break the news to him now. Book the husband as well. Fiona Gregory, you've done amazingly. The impact must be amazing. You're so lovely. From Raina Palmer. You met her on
Oh,
Saturday.
Reina was great.
Pam Finch, Jules Mills. You're glorious, Maria. Such a beautiful person. The comments are incredible. And how long have you been sustaining the weight loss now? How long have you kept the weight off?
Well, my lowest was I was able to get to 90 kilos a couple of years ago, but that was after I had COVID, and then after COVID, since just life goes on the way. I mean, obviously, I kept doing my report, and I kept Fra. We had different strategies with Fra, and I kept losing and then putting back. But then I realized that the path that I had when I first started wasn't longer working, because I needed to, with resistance training, I joined more challenges, gaining the mobility back, which it took me 2 years to recover the mobility, was a big game changer for me. I changed my lifestyle altogether. I stopped working graveyards. I stopped commuting to London and working remotely. I did.
Pause there. You stopped working graveyard shifts. You stopped commuting to London. You
Yeah.
started working remotely. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yes, it was one of the biggest things, because I lost, well, like, I kind of felt like I lost my contract, but I didn't. I kind of purposely knew what I was doing, and I managed to get myself sacked off that contract because I needed to make the change, but I couldn't do it myself. So I walked around and so they could do it for me without me feeling guilty, because I was in that contract for 25 years. And when it was time to head back to the office, I had to make the decision, because I couldn't swap. I can no longer stand in front of the computer for more than I used to do 12, 14 hours shift. And
Wow.
I only do now 5 hours. I I'm more mobile. I take calls while walking up and down. I try to do networking instead of kind of like talking over Zoom. Or I try to be more mobile, because uh, yeah, I still have issues with my knees. I suffer from osteoarthritis, but I also had a couple of injuries, and I'm finally getting in them sorted. So I had a torn meniscus, and hopefully I will get an operation soon on the knees, but they have to be done in both knees. So that is why I have to keep moving. Like my
Absolutely.
physio.
And the thing
Yeah,
is, Maria, like, if we can't get that surgery because of our weight, we just
yeah,
have a
no, exactly. Well, it's not only the way, Alex, as I find out as I'm progressing on my weight loss, is the mobility. If you don't have a strong muscles, resistance training is the holy grail. Resistance training is the holy grail. Obviously, nutrition, but nutrition, not diet. Nutrition is just having the right amount of macros, in a way, like having your right protein, your right amount of carbohydrates, and your right amount of fats on
Mm.
your meals. And it's great to understand more how nutrition works when Caroline explained it from the metabolic point of view, and how your body digests and works all those macros. But between nutrition and resistance training, and of course cleaning the cobwebs that we all have in our heads, because the biggest problem to change is ourselves, is our own And this, yeah, we are our own obstacles on change. So
Worst enemy as well. And Maria, what makes you think? Obviously, you lost the weight in 2 years. You've maintained it for 2 years now as well. But what makes you think this is sustainable? What makes you think this is genuinely sustainable now?
well, it is. It is sustainable so long that you are consistently open to learn and listen to your body. I mean, learn about your body, because we don't learn about somebody else's. Everybody is a different shape. I mean, this is something I realized this year. I stopped chasing, like with my job as well, and now fully remote, working from home, and I don't have regular income as I used to, but I'm fully supporting myself with the work that I'm doing, because I stopped chasing the money. Now I'm chasing what I want to do that will suit my lifestyle. And it's the same with your body. You have to do what suits your body. I mean, I love mobility. I love cycling, and I'm with the. I'm glad that you moved Tough Mudder in September, because we have a 75-kilometer bike ride in the New Forest for charity as well, for with the ladies from TST. So, and I like swimming. So I'm incorporating new activities, new sports, and a new way of actually connecting with people. But I also, at the same time, I'm seeing my body, how it changed, or what I need to actually. I mean, I'm not fast, I'm not competitive, but I want to take my time on listening to or understanding how my body works and reacts. So I'm kind of incrementing. Uh, I love my porridge, but I realize that porridge is no longer serving me. So I have to eat more eggs and porridge in the mornings, and spread have more protein spread during the day, and I can see a better weight loss on that. But also I'm stronger when I'm doing my training. So it is it's sustainable so long that you put the work to learn and allow yourself to be a student and learn about your own body, because it's an incredible machine. And the more we listen to, the masterminds, each is fantastic, because each lady has a different issue, and that we discuss in the groups, and we find solutions. But also the leaders of the coaches that lead, they share so much knowledge that and those insights are invaluable, because it's everything is interconnected, from the cells that kind of metabolize all the free macros to the
Multifaceted.
way.
Of course. And actually, going back to your eggs and your oats, little challenge for everyone watching this to try and incorporate both of them. If you get a cup, you put in 30 grams of oats, 1 egg, dash of milk, a little bit of cinnamon, whisk it, hot frying pan, 1 calorie spray, make a pancake into a bowl, low calorie yogurt, raspberries, and vanilla protein powder, and mix it and enjoy. Little game changer. You can have your oats and your eggs, for those of you watching, as well as a pancake, and a healthful pancake. And there's loads of people here who are at different stages of their journey. And the comments here, we have 1,300 comments, Maria.
Yeah, I've been following the comments before I hop in.
I mean, incredible. And what would you say? Like, any final words? I know I've went way over the time. This is my fault. But any final words to anyone here who is afraid of failing, who is afraid of failing, actually, who's on the fence and not sure?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we all are afraid of failing. Fear is something that we cannot just simply get rid of. It keeps us safe, but it also keeps us on, stop us from achieving our best. But I think it's very difficult to, if you have stayed this far and you actually listen this far, it's because you really need to soak on that change, and don't procrastinate. Just take action, and take one thing at the time. Just doing the first step. A lot of the ladies that were in Tough Mudder, they were completely terrified, and you could see they shake. I was like that when I did my first Tough Mudder, because it's overwhelming. It's like going to the gym for the first time. You see all those marvelous body, and then you look at yourself, you cannot even lift a 4 kilo weight. But it's just taking that first step and doing it, gradually. As I said, I've been in this journey for 4 years now, and I'm not even halfway through it yet. I'm still learning, and still so don't don't be afraid, because there is no such thing as failing. It is your journey, it is your way, it is your path. So there will always be setbacks, but this is the point of resilience. Resilience is about having a setback, and then being able to cope with it, manage it, and then life is not straightforward. So, and there will always be challenges in life, whether if you are caring for an elderly, or a young family, or a sick person. I mean, life will always be there, but you have to actually be prepared to look after yourself. You're not good to you, you're not good to anyone.
And Maria, that's really important because a lot of people struggle with themselves first. What you just said, if you're no good to you, you're no good to anyone, it's so true. If we're a burden or if we're immobile, we can't help. And I'm a big believer, guys, to all of you watching this, I'm going to end on this note, and that is the time is going to pass anyway. The next 6 months is going to pass anyway. The next 12 months is going to pass anyway. Do something today that your future self would be grateful that you did. If you're working with us, commit to Tough Mudder. Be there, be part of that family. If you're not, reach out to us for the course. I'm telling you now, that's how the likes of everyone started, like Maria Pombo and everyone else. One step, chunk it down. Maria, you are one of the most energetic and contagious people I have ever met, who literally starts a fire of fun and salsa and smiles, and just you are a huge part of this, and I'm just so grateful to you, as I told you last week, for loads of reasons. But you show people what's possible, you show people what's doable, you show people it's sustainable, and for that I thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you to all the ladies that were in Tough Mudder, and everybody that is here tonight, and those who will be watching in catch up, because this is a great community to be part of, and it's nice to, having the Tough Mudder is our annual conference, and it's a great opportunity to get to know us in person more intimately. And is thank you for doing what you do, and thank you to the team for supporting us, and of course to Fra, my poor suffering.
He's your biggest fan, Maria. Team Fra. He's your biggest fan. He's on holiday right now. He's your biggest fan. So, look, Maria, I'll leave you at that. Everybody else watching, I want to thank all of you too. If you haven't committed to Tough Mudder, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get it done. It's one of those things that you look back and be glad that you did. And Maria, just promise me something. Never, ever, 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 ever stop being you, because we need more. We need
That's
more.
one thing that you learn here. You learn to value yourself more. It's surreal, but I didn't know that I didn't value myself as much as I do now. So, but these are the tools that we are given, and it's up to us to learn from it. So it's a great way of actually starting a change in your life. And it's overwhelming to start with, because there is a lot of information to take in, but it's one of those tools that identifying your self-worth. And Lorna's videos on control, that was a game changer for me, because I didn't realize that people pass on control to you. And that is something that we must stop doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for those of you who haven't went through all the videos in the app, please go back and revisit them, because they're there for a reason. There'll be some things perhaps you missed the first time round. Just keep, because your environment and your inputs influence your actions and your results. And thanks to everyone for all the charity work, 122k and counting for charity. Literally 3,000 ladies having lost weight sustainably. Maria, you're literally a breath of fresh air, but you're wonderful, and I'm so grateful, so thankful. And to everyone here, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.